Hello, my friends. Bella Maldonado here. And if you're new to my channel, welcome, welcome. And for those of you who have never been here before, what I do is I do a quick tarot reading to help inspire me to make some art. And the deck that we're going to be using this week is called the Afro Goddess Tarot Arcanas deck. And it was created by Andrea Furtick. And when I saw a preview of this deck, I just absolutely fell in love with the art. I mean, it's got a beautiful illustrative style, and the colors on this, look at the colors. The colors are so vibrant. I mean, I look at these colors and they just make me happy all over. Look at this gorgeous, look at these purples and reds. So bright. And the women depicted in here are so beautiful. I mean, all of the women here look so empowered and self-assured. I mean, look at this magician. She's just sitting there full of confidence. And this empress, look at her. Beautiful. This one, she's got a Jessica Rabbit feel going on. Love it. Absolutely love it. High Priestess, just beautiful. I mean, the colors, the art style. When I saw this, I knew I had to have it. But let's put this away. Let's start shuffling. This is not an unboxing. It's not a tarot deck review. So Bella, let's focus. Let's focus. I'm going to give these cards a shuffle. I actually bought this deck, I think, close to the end of last year. And I mean, look at these card backs. Look at that. So shiny. It's got a an outline. I don't know if you can see it well in this light. It's got an outline of Africa, and there is just a beautiful pattern. It's just slightly embossed, maybe, because I can feel it just a little bit. Just so beautiful. It's so glossy, and it's got a nice matte finish to the card fronts. All right, I said I wasn't going to review this deck, even though I love it to death. But let's get on with this reading. Let's give it a nice shuffle. All right, I think these have a nice shuffle. So let's put the cards out. I'm going to put my 4 cards down. Okay. So card number 1 is our theme. And right here we have the 5 of Pentacles. The 5 of Pentacles. And I see a woman standing here, and we're looking at a tree that on the left side of it has no leaves. Looks like it's winter time. And on the right side it's full of leaves and full of pentacles. But there's a gate here that's blocking her from getting to the other side. So it looks like, you know, everything isn't roses here, you know? It looks like the good part is on the other side of this gate, and the side that she's on is just this winter side that has no life to it. So that's interesting. Let's give this card some more thought in terms of our theme and see what the rest of the cards have to tell us. So card number 2 is going to tell us what our color is going to be, what our pop of color or main color. And when I look at this, even though I see mostly green here, I think the first thing that I was drawn to was the red. The red of the blood on the sword and the red in her lipstick. This is the 5 of Swords card. Okay, card number 3 is going to tell us what medium we are going to be using. This is the Goddess of Cups. The Goddess of Cups, which in a Rider-Waite-Smith deck would be the Queen of Cups. So I see a queen, very regal, or a goddess, we should say for this deck, a goddess sitting down holding a cup, but since we're talking about what medium we're going to be using, cups are also a water suit, right? We have 4 different suits and cups represent water. So I'm thinking the medium that we need to use is probably going to be a watercolor, or maybe a watercolor pencil, which can be used in more or less the same way. So let's go with that. Let's make our piece a watercolor piece. And our focal point is, this card is called the God of Pentacles, and it's in reverse. So the God of Pentacles in this deck is similar to the King of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles is usually somebody who has stability with money, who is confident in understanding how to manage their money. But in reverse, this looks like somebody who isn't as confident with their money, somebody who doesn't know how to handle their finances, somebody who is not responsible in terms of living a lifestyle that they can sustain. They're just not careful with their money at all. So I'm trying to see how I can put these two things together to come up with one art piece. Maybe somebody who is poor but has a vision of a better life on the other side, but isn't quite there yet because they are so irresponsible with their material wealth. They can't seem to get their life together. So someone who's in a bad place financially, who is trying to better themselves, but they're stuck. They can't seem to get themselves on the other side of that fence. All right, so I'm going to have to start thinking, what kind of imagery can I use? So I think the focal point is going to be this individual. It's going to be this person who is not responsible, this person who cannot rely on themselves to get out of a bad financial situation. So that person is going to be our focal point. And the theme is going to be this person trying to get themselves out of this situation, kind of seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, but is not quite there yet. And we're gonna have some reds in that art piece, and we're going to be using watercolors. And let's see what comes out of this reading. I'm still kind of curious to see how it's all going to turn out. What I wanted to do here was draw somebody hunched over, suffering about their financial burdens, trying to figure out how they're going to get out of it. And I wanted to also paint the background from dark to light, representing the darkness that they're currently sitting in, but knowing that there is light at the end of that tunnel. So right now I'm working on hands, and I hate with a passion drawing hands. I can't draw hands for the life of me. And you'll see that I'm just going to erase and draw and erase and draw. Just hands aren't my thing. I'm going to try to draw the outline shape of what I think hands are supposed to look like and fill in the fingers from there and see if that works. But hands and I just, we don't get along. But I'm going to skip this part. We're going to just jump straight to when the hands are done so you don't have to suffer with me. And here we go with the hands completed. And, you know, they're not perfect, but for me, they're not bad. they're not bad. So we're just going to leave that alone. We're not going to mess with it anymore. And I'm going to start painting the background. Unfortunately, my watercolor palette is very limited. The palette that I have is mainly earth tones, and I didn't have that bright red that we talked about in the tarot reading. I had the reddest red I had was something called apple, and it looks like a burnt orange, but you know, that's what I have, so that's what we're going to work with. So I'm just going to keep layering on the paint to get that left side as dark as I can, and then move my way to the right so that it gets brighter and brighter. So most of the paint has already been applied to the background, but I felt like it needed a little something more. I wanted it to look a little more grungy. So I decided to add some dark blue paint to the mix and add some specks of watercolor in there, also of the dark blue. I definitely wanted most of that darkness to be on the left side of the painting, just to give it that depressing feel. So I've painted in his clothing, and I made his top green. And I want to say that it's green because lots of times green represents money, and I wanted money to be symbolized somewhere in this painting without it being so obvious. But I didn't consciously make that decision. I want to say that I did, but I didn't. I'm just noticing that now. But I don't know, maybe my subconscious is a lot more profound than I give it credit for. So here is the final painting, and it is very warped on the bottom. And I know you're supposed to use masking tape. I've seen plenty of YouTube videos saying when you do watercolors, use masking tape. I've seen it over and over, but I don't listen. No, I don't listen. There it is, warped as heck. But that's okay. Now I've learned. I've done it myself, and now I know. So here it is in all its warped glory. Our painting of our poor friend here who's dealing with financial burdens, sitting in the darkness. But there is hope. There is hope as light begins to reveal itself from the other side of that paper. So there you have it. So if you're interested in joining me on this art journey, definitely create your version of this tarot reading. Pop it up on Instagram and tag it with Bella M Tarot Art. I'd love to see your interpretations. And if you want to watch me try to figure out art supplies based on a tarot reading, make sure you hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell to get alerted when there's a new reading. Until next time.